Hi everyone and welcome. I'm Marcie, Besecker, an independent demonstrator with Stampin Up, and I'm from Clovis, California. Thank you for joining me on this Wednesday evening. So tonight I'm not going to be doing a Christmas item. However, I am going to wear my new Christmas sweatshirt, which I love. So I had to share it with you. And I was going to do a Christmas item, but I've decided I'm going to switch it into a Valentine Day item and probably put it into bingo. So I was really excited about that. So I thought, you know what, that's what I'm going to do because we've got some beautiful paper and the project uses beautiful DSP. So that's what I'm going to do. All right. I, of course, did not skip my commercial. So now I've got one here. All right. So hopefully everybody is seeing me okay. I decided what I'm going to do is the light coming to me, I'm going to leave it off because, you know, I got that new light. Although I moved my broken one over there and my good one over here. But I'm going to turn it on when we're going downward and hopefully it'll give more light and be better. So we're going to try that so that when I get my new light, I have a little idea how I'm going to do that. Hi, everybody. Okay, so I saw somebody post Annie, 10 degrees in North Dakota. That is just too darn cold. It's cold here and it's not that cold. But it's cold for me, and I will tell you it is 56 degrees today. The low of 46, but right now, let's see, right now it is 53 and I am cold. My nails do not change color anymore because I changed my nail polish. So my husband usually says, oh, it looks like you're warm or it looks like you're cold. Well, I'm always cold. I don't know why my hands get warm sometimes, but that's all right. That's a good thing. Shared, thank you, Stacy, so much for sharing. I appreciate it. If you are new, welcome. Please say hi. I did have somebody comment today on an older video that just found me, a new person. So thank you and welcome. Let's see. Snowy, Iowa. Ooh. Ontario. Welcome, Dina. How are you? So hello, everybody. Hi, Tashana. So we are going to quickly go over a couple things. The only things I have going on right now are bingo, which is January 15th. So it is more than about 3/4 of the way full already. So yay. I think everybody's getting excited to see a bingo with the new products from the new mini catalog and or online exclusives. And I don't even remember right now. We have we're using the Daisy set. We're using the Storybook set. Oh, there's another one. I can't remember the name of it. There's a third one. Nope. Oh, and I don't remember the name of it either. So, yay for me. I don't remember the names of some of the new ones. And our paper share is open for registration now. It is $80 including shipping. Remember, you're going to get 10 packs of the DSP. You're going to get 1/4 of each package, but 2 of the main large papers you're going to be getting the whole package. So I explained it in the last video, and I kind of explained it a little more in detail on the registration. So if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask me. Let's see. We're expecting our first real snowstorm. Ooh, Minnesota. Georgia. It got up to 74. Yay, Deborah. That's my kind of weather right there. Georgia. Now, don't you guys know? I think I've been to Georgia once, and I think there was, I don't remember there being any bugs or anything, but from what I understand, there's a lot of bugs there. Are there a lot of big bugs, mosquitoes and stuff there? Are there a lot of mosquitoes in Florida? That's a good question because I'm going there in May. Mosquitoes love me, and so I want to make sure I bring repellent if I need it. I didn't think about that till just right now. I know there's humidity. So anyway, I guess I need to do some research, right? Anyway, that being said, is everybody ready for Christmas? I am ready. I have one more gift to get. I don't know what I'm going to get. And it's kind of like, I have some ideas. I just have to go get it, which means I have to like go out into the crowds. So either I go very first thing in the morning which my last day to do that would probably be Friday, because tomorrow I'm baking, or Monday. And I don't want to do it Monday. So I'll probably go Friday, either first thing in the morning, or right before the store closes tomorrow night. I do not want to do it on a Friday night when everybody's out shopping. I was shoveling snow on Monday, and today it is raining. Oh, goodness. Oh, they do, and they love you. Oh, Tashana. So in May, there's going to be mosquitoes. Oh, I got to remember that. Not too bad there in southern Florida. Definitely humid here. I'll be in Orlando. Yes, man, big bugs and mosquitoes all the time unless it's snowing or freezing. Oh, that is a bummer. Well, that'll be what perfume I'll be wearing is La Mosquito Repellent. All right, so let's get started. I am excited to show you this card. It's a new product. It is from the Twisted in Time. Look at that tree trunk and branches. Twisted in Time. And I really think that this card would be really good, and this whole bundle, for anything. You can make this card for a lot of different projects. I did use the deckled circles, and then I found out that these are sold out and gone. So make sure, I hope you got them. I will not get rid of mine, so I use them a lot. Same with the deckled square or rectangles. But I really like them to do a background, but it doesn't have to be the whole card. This sentiment is on the Mixed Labels, which is an online exclusive, and I just love the designs on these dies. And so this is what it looks like. Hopefully you can see it okay. Oh, that's weird. I think my husband's home and he had a meeting tonight. Oh, that'd be Amazon. So it's got a design on it. It's really kind of hard to see, but that's the label we're going to be using. They've got some really cute designs. There's my dog letting me know somebody's at the door. And then, of course, this stamp set comes with these dies, which is really cool. You've got a nice large label, some extra branches, some greenery, so you can do some 3D items with this if you'd like. Or you can do stamping, which is what I did this time. I want to stamp this. We're going to see what, die cut this out and see what that looks like, just for fun. And I'm going to do it on the old olive, so we'll give that a try. The other thing I used in the background here is the country lace paper. I have a lot of this paper left, and from different projects, and so I decided to use just the super faint background. Is it online exclusive? Let me look. I started to get a little smart, and yes, it is an online exclusive item. Thank you. I should have mentioned that. It's not in the upcoming catalog, but it is in the online exclusives coming up. So OE, that's what that means there. So yes, online exclusives. All right, so let's get started. I want to make sure I didn't miss any other questions. Bring your repellent, yay. A great tree for Halloween. Oh yeah. And I think it would be really cool because you could definitely make it spooky. But I think it would be great with any sentiment. So I think it would be kind of cool. So let's do our insides. We're going to go super simple. There's not a lot of other stamps to this. So we're going to just do our DSP, a little piece of it on the inside. And I was just working with some other projects, working on some ideas. So now I'm at the point where I need one more bingo card, but I'm also starting to work on my swaps. I do have my fancy fold one for an organized swap prepared. Well, the card is prepared, and now I'm kind of coming up with my ideas for my other swaps and for I don't know. I'm hoping to do a general swap too, but I'm in 4 organized for, this is for on stage in March in Raleigh, North Carolina. So I did my nails in a chrome. So they look like Christmas ornaments. Thought it was kind of fun, something different. And so I decided, let's go totally Christmassy, because then I'm going to switch it up next time. I don't know what I'm going to do if my new polish comes, because I've ordered it. And that's the one issue I had, is I ordered a holiday set, but it was different colors, not necessarily Christmassy, but it was a holiday set of colors, and it hasn't even shipped yet. I'm like, how can you call them a holiday set of colors if I'm not going to have them for the holidays? So it's a little beef I have with them. I'm like, that's kind of a weird, shouldn't call them that if you're not going to send them out, right? All right, let's get this on our paper. The only thing is now I'm like, oh, I guess I'm wearing red, which I normally do anyway for Christmas. But I did have another outfit I was thinking of wearing, but guess I'll wear red. All right. I love red for Christmas anyway. Oh my gosh, my daughter-in-law sent me a picture. They all went and got their pictures taken at the end of November. They got the coolest deal with this photographer that they've been using. What she does is she charges a very minimal amount, but it's like 15 minutes. So basically you are dressed and ready to go when you get there. And she takes like a stack of pictures. And she just is like, and moves them and does everything. And it's like 20 minutes long. That's it. And then she sends you all the pictures. And my daughter-in-law is like, oh, it's always turned out so great. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. That's, you don't have a lot of time to like do poses and switch people. And she said, no, it works out really well, because the attention span of the kids is like, all right, get up there, let's do this, smile. We're going to do this really quick, and it all works out. And the lady must make a great fortune doing this. So, all right, so I added the green is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. The DSP is 4 by 5 1/4. We're going to go ahead and add that flat. For those customers that are getting Christmas cards, silly me, once again, my cards were way too thick, and I had to put a whole lot of postage. Well, you know, whatever. I had to send them out, right? I can't not do that. But next year, I really got to think about that. And you know what? I know I said that last year. Even Stephanie was like, didn't you say that last year? And I'm like, be quiet. Don't remind me. Because I did. I know I did. And yet, here I am again. All right, we're going to do some coloring on this. Let's see. Will we just need sentiments for the January bingo cards, or do we need the stamp sets? Debbie, what I always try to do for bingo is you just need the sentiments. If you need a stamp set, for example, if I add a flower in it that's not a die cut, which I try not to do, you can add any flower. Or if I add, usually it would be a flower if it's something that I want you to replace it with, or a sentiment. Just like if you don't have a sentiment, use what you have. So that's how I try to create bingo in mind, that you can just use what you have. But for the most part, I try to use stuff with dies. Fruit cake cookies. Ooh, yum. That sounds good. All right, let me grab my brushes, because So let me grab the inks and not the brushes. So I've got to get my brushes over here. And I keep my brushes on this. It's a little stand here from Stampin' Storage, and I colored it. So, and I did a video, I think, on it, or I mentioned it or whatever. So if you're looking for that. I am going to use my green and my blue. I like to do the blue first. I'm going to use my lighter blue because we're going to use Balmy Blue. And we're going to work on our sky. Hoping to get your cards out soon. Oh, mine just went. Mine went yesterday, I think. I was behind this year. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this sweatshirt is like, there's like hardly any stretch in it. So I'm like, pulling my arms up. But it is like, there's not a lot of stretch, but it's comfy and soft and warm. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in between these two lines. I'm not going to hold it down. It doesn't have to be exact, but I'm going to try to use a line as my guide. And I'm going to do a little more sky than grass. So here would be the middle because this is the widest part of the circle. And so I'm just going to go down a couple lines, and it's not earth-shattering to have to be exact or anything. I'm just going to try to go down just a little farther. If you wanted to, you could add a piece of paper or post-it or a piece of tape or whatever if you wanted it exact, but you definitely don't have to. And so I'm just going to take my blending brush and my Balmy Blue, and I like to start off and then come on so you don't get the big inky spots on there. And you can make this as light or as dark as you want. Remember when we used to just do all the edges? Everything was edged in ink. I haven't done that in a long time. Oh, good, Tashana. Well, I'm feeling a little better that I got a little head start, but I am way behind. It's terrible. And I had them here. I wanted to get my team gift stuff out. And so I was working on that. It all actually, the team gifts went out like right before my cards. So some people are already getting them. All right, so I think I want a little more, and I want to even that up a little bit. Because remember, your grass is going to come up there, and you don't want it, not put in any hills or anything on here. And we can always come back in with some blue, but I always tend to do the lightest colors first. Okay, so I'm going to about right here. And so I need to do a little more on this side. And the green can come up over the blue here just because it's, so if you look at it like that, and oh, let me come in closer. It's still, oh, I didn't turn my other light on. Let's see if this helps. That'll help a little bit. All right, so I'm just going to come across a little bit more. And now at this point, since I turned it, I'm going to kind of straighten it out. And I am going to find a line, so maybe that line there. And now I can tell, oops, I can tell that I am a little more even. Okay, right about there, which I'm fine with. And I'm just going to kind of go back and forth to make it a little more blue towards the bottom here. All right, the tree's going to really cover a lot of that up, so I know it's really hard to see. So don't worry about that. All right, so there's our blue. And if you wanted, see how the blue around the outside is really all you're going to see. You could add a little more if you wanted, but I am good with that. You just want the illusion of, you know, you don't want your tree floating on just white. Let's see, we're going to do Old Olive. Nika, yours is probably going to be late because I sent yours with everybody else's. And I always hope I put enough postage. We'll see. All right. I'm going to add a little bit of grass, and I want the grass to be a little darker. I'm going to go a little closer up here to the blue. Has anybody seen the movie, it's on Netflix, Carry On? Did you guys see Carry On with Justin Bateman? Is it Justin? No, Jason Bateman. Justine is the sister. Jason Bateman. It was pretty good. All right. All right, there we go. So now we have a really fun scene, so we'll set that aside and put our colors back. I'll just move these over here. All right. Yay. Okay, now let's work on our tree. So, super simple. We're going to start with our trunk. I like to do the darkest first. And I'm going to wear my glasses so I can see myself line things up. All right, so here we go. We're going to use pecan pie. And of course it is a larger stamp, so I like to take ink to the stamp. If you haven't used it before, make sure you stamp it onto your scrap page, your grid sheets, whatever. I just watched it today. I loved it, even though I was thinking it was going to be more Christmassy. Yeah, Debbie, I thought it was going to be more Christmassy too, but I thought he played a great part, not his normal. So I thought it was pretty good. All right. So we're going to clean that off. And now I started another one. No good something. I don't know. It's about a house that's for sale. I just started it, so I don't know how that's going to turn out. All right. Then we're going to take our Old Olive. Now, what I will tell you with this is when you stamp these 3 stamps together, you want to make sure that it's going to fit inside your die, okay? So I'm going to show you, if you take your image, let's see, we're close enough. I think we can show you. So if you take your image and you get your branches in there just right, which is the same with your fluff here, and I'm going to have to bring this down closer. You can see if you add this just right. So this piece right here, let me see. Oh, there you go. This piece right here is going to go right in between this branch right here. Okay. So if you get it just right, so that's going to go there. This piece right here is where this branch goes. So you'll see as you're doing it, you just have to get it just right. All right, so I'm kind of looking at it right about there. So this right here is going to fit right into here, and then the other one right there. So we're going to do this one with Old Olive. I did this one first. And then I did the leaves next. The leaves. All right, so Old Olive next. All right, so I'm going to bring it over and just kind of look at the bottom too where those leaves are. I'm thinking maybe that could have gone up a little bit higher, but I don't think it's that big of a difference. So, and maybe we do need to do the green first, but see, that went right in the inside, and I just make sure that these two on the sides go right up to the tree on the sides. So let's see how this works out. You want to make sure. Now let's take a look, because maybe I should have brought that up a little bit more. Okay, so it looks like I could have, let me see, brought it down actually farther. Okay, so now I'm thinking differently. Now I'm thinking I could have went up closer, but let me see, where's my other color? Oh, here it is, Mossy Meadow. So if we're going to die cut it out, so we kind of needed it to be, and I think this branch needs to go there. So let me try this again. We're going to do the green first, and then we'll do the branch, because the branch is going to be easier to move up. So let's try that. So let's do our Old Olive first. I'm trying to remember how I did it now. I've had this card sitting here a couple weeks, so. All right, let's do, I'm going to do it at the top because I want to make sure I have enough for the branch. So let's do this first, because then I want to take the other one, this one, and then I can kind of, yeah, okay, so you can tell where these leaves go. They go right along the side here on the bottom. And same with this one. This one has a little leaf that falls down and it goes right there. So as long as those are there, I think you're going to be okay. Okay, I'm just going to set it down. I don't have ink on it, so I'm going to set it down. And I'm going to look that everything looks like it's going to have a little bit of color just outside the leaves. And it's going to be okay. So let's go ahead and do our Mossy Meadow. All right, we're going to do the Mossy Meadow and we're going to do the leaves. You know, Nicole, what I like about it is you also have all this little greenery that you can do and pop up on it. I have not tried that because I really like the way it stamps. So, okay, let me pull it in close. My head might get in the way. I apologize. I'm just going to make sure that my bottoms here go right. And I'm going up just a tad from the line. Okay, so there's all your greenery. And now I think you have a better idea of where the trunk and branches are going to go. So now I'm going to go in. Ooh, did I wipe this off? I think I did. I'm going to go in and just kind of see where the branches need to go, where the emptiness is. But you could also take your die, put it up there on the green so you know where it's at, and then take a pencil and mark. Now you know that's not the bottom of your die, right? But I'm going to mark those two little dots right there where the bottom of the branch goes, or the trunk goes. But the other thing is you could also do it separate. And because look at, you could do your dies completely separate. I happen to be stamping them all together, but there's a lot of options with this. All right, so let's do our pecan pie. so now my head is probably definitely going to be in the way, so let me bear with me here. All right, we're going to do our branches. Okay, so these right here, these three, go right in the middle of these three right there. So that is good. Okay, I'm going to ink it up again. So I'm looking at that, looking at the trunk where that goes, and where those two bottom, those little dots are, which I have plenty of space. And I'm just going to go as close as I think. All right. So it's really cool looking. All right, let me close these up. I don't stick my arms on them. All right, so now we can come in and put our there we go. Got to move up a little bit. All right, there we go. So we're going to add a little piece of tape. I'm going to add 2 on here and die cut it. I feel like I moved my die up too high. Oh well, it'll be fine. This one does take a little bit getting used to how high it goes up and everything. So doing the green first was probably helpful, but doing the trunk first too, which is what I did before. So I don't know how all of a sudden that seemed to work better, but either way, whatever you like and what works for you. I tend to do the darker first. I turned my heat down, and I think at 6 o'clock it comes on, and I made sure I turned it down because I thought, you know what, I got this sweatshirt on, I don't want to get hot, and it just clicked on. So I think it's because I normally walk out of here about this time, and I don't want it's cold out there. Okay, so we're going to add our tree on here. And you can always take your blender pen if you feel the need. You know, there's white in between, and that's how it's made. So you can kind of see the white in between. So you can always take your blender pen and add some green if you want to. Blend it out a little bit or do whatever you want. But I like the look it gives you. So we are going to use our dimensionals and put them on our tree. All right, the other thing is I did also put it on my circle. That's why I did not do any layering here, because I wanted these two to be popped up. All right, the other thing we need to do is we need to do our sentiment. And the sentiment we used is this one right here. Thank you for the little things. A sweet friendship is good for the soul. You make every day special. Happy Easter. So I like to thank you for the little things, because you always need thank you cards. Unfortunately, I needed to do a sympathy card today. So that was kind of a bummer, but I guess I should have more of those on hand. And I say that all the time. Use the blending brush and do the blue. Oh, that's a great idea too, if you wanted to add more of the blue around the outside. So like on this one, I cut it actually went really close to the top, and pretty good down here. This is another one that I had that is, you know, this one's pretty close. And then this one, for whatever reason, I did opposite. And I think the tree maybe should have come down just a tiny bit more, but it doesn't really matter. I will use actually this one because I like it better. So we'll use that one. So the other thing you could do, which I did do, is on one of these, I don't remember, maybe this one, I used my Stamparatus and I cut out the die and then I put my stamps in it, and I used that because I used these for thank you cards. They might have been last month's thank you cards. And so I did use the Stamparatus. So they were a little easier to deal with. So, ooh, that is straight. Oh yeah, that's straight. A little crooked when it fell down because I was looking at the bottom words, but the top is straight. So yay. All right, so we're gonna pop this on here. I'm gonna pop this on our circle. Oh, that's a terrible New Year's resolution. That is to inspire you. All right, so all I did is kind of just look at this and kind of give it, you know, I wanted this a little more up in the sky, so I moved it up more. See how much lighter this one is than this one? So it's just whatever you want to do. I was probably watching a TV show and just kept going or whatever. Or for video, I don't want to sit here all day doing it for you, but you get the idea. And I'm just going to put this to this side, but not all the way to the side. Make sure your tree is straight. So just kind of straighten out your card. Make sure your horizontal line, I mean, it could be going uphill, I guess, but we're just going to add the sentiment there. So I'm going to add a dimensional right here. Oops. Yeah, I like the darker too. I probably would have just sat here and kept going with it darker if I was doing them on my own. But for TV, I thought for the video, you don't have to sit here and watch me color all day. All right, there we go. And then to embellish, I liked the earth tones. So I did the earth tones and the pecan pie colors. I did these. And I took the little one. And then I just put another little one just over there. And then I decided, you know what? I wanted to put a little bird in the sky. I had a bunch of those. So let's see. And I haven't used the birds for a lot. I've been using the dragonflies, of course, but I thought, oh, you know what? I could use a bird on here. So, except I'm trying to get one off of a kit that's closed. So, these are really thin. So, there we go. I just put one little bird there, but you could actually put a couple if you wanted. And I love these earth tones. Are really pretty for this card. All right, and that's how simple it is. So super simple. Like I said, lining it up is probably the hardest if you're going to cut it out. What you could do, ooh, let's try something really quickly. I'm going to cut it out first. Let's see if that's better. Because I do that a lot on a lot of stuff, but I also do it in the Stamparatus. So I'm going to show you what I do. When I do it in the Stamparatus, I do this a lot when I am mass producing cards. So let me get my ugly scrap paper off of here that I was using. So I'm going to show you what I would recommend if you are doing, even if you do one, but I definitely do this for mass production. So I'm going to take a small grid. If you guys still have these, I wish they still had them. I bought a lot, but I want more. All right. We're going to take our paper right here. And I know my tree's crooked because I just die cut it. I didn't really care. And that's all right. Because that's how it was going to be. I'm going to use my spacer. I have a spacer that I usually have in here. This one. All right, so put your spacer if you have one, or move your paper over, whatever. I'm going to put that there. I think I need new washi tape on my poor little magnets. All right, now this is what I do, is I will bring my stamp in, so let me clean it really quickly so I can show you exactly how I do it when I mass produce stuff. All right. Yeah, this one is not my sympathy card. I made another one earlier. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this right inside, okay? So the stamp lays right inside, or at least close enough. I'm going to look around. I'm going to notice that I have a little bit of white around all of it, and that's fine. And I'm going to lay this stamp down. Just double check and make sure everything looks like it's got a little bit of spacing, but not a whole lot. And then I'm going to close my lid, okay? And then pick that up, and that's fine. All right, let me put this back here. All right, now I'm going to get my other one, which is this one. And I like to clean it because I don't want to have all the ink all over. All right, we're going to put this back in here. Make sure everything's back up in the corner where it should be. I have extra plates, so I'm going to bring in, and I know I could use the reverse side, but I don't always do that just because I like to give myself some space. So this is what I would do. I would put this here. I would take this again. Actually, you could just lay it down. You don't have to lift it up, and just kind of give it, again, you can tell that fits in the groove. Everything is inside. Everything is okay where it's at. You've got a little bit of white all the way around it. That works good, and you can pick that one up too. Okay. Same thing with the trunk, the tree trunk. Now again, you can lift it up, and I'll show you again how I did that. Let's clean it off. Yeah, Renee, I did need to do one, but I didn't do it. It wasn't this one because I was going to do a different project today, and I just kind of changed my mind. Okay, this one actually I'm not going to lift up because only the bottom part of it is going to fit right there, and the rest is going to flop. So I'm just going to lay that right inside here and get the bottom. But you see how I just kind of laid it in there? Because when I just flop it in, it hopefully, once you get this where it should go, the top should be fairly, it should just go where it needs to lay. So I'm going to look at the spacing on the trunk, and we're going to see how this works. And get that spacing where you want it on both sides. So hopefully that's going to work. I'm going to take this one off, and I'm going to put in another plate. We're going to see how this works. But we know it's all within the die cut. Okay, so let's start. Oops. I'm going to double check and make sure I didn't just pull that out there. Put my glasses on. All right, so that looks, I'm going to fix this again because I don't think this was in all the way. It was kind of wonky. All right, so let's make sure. Okay, I just kind of dropped it, so hopefully It's close. Now remember, the tree's crooked because that's how I die cut it, but I figured, let's figure it out. All right, so let's try it with a white piece of paper and see what we get. Now, when I did it the first time, I stamped it as I went, and I probably should have done that, but we'll do it as we go. So we're going to put this on here, and we're going to do the trunk first because I know that's what I did. Alright, so, and of course it's going to be crooked because that's how our die was. Alright, so there we go. So there's that. Now, the second one, which is going to be, well, let's just take this one off. This one. Now, there's no ink on this, so I'm just going to lay it down. And the center looks good. The sides next to the trunk looks good. Everything looks actually pretty good. So we're going to go with our Old Olive on that one. So let's just see how this comes out doing it this way. Okay, there's our Old Olive. All right, so it looks like there's some space on both sides. That goes right in the center. These three go in the middle of those, so that looks good. And now we have our Mossy Meadow one. All right, and then we're going to lay it, and I should have checked it first, but it is what it is. I think it's going to be okay. And I think that is way better. So there's that. So let's look at our die cut. And like I said, you can see as you go how it works out when you lay your stamp down. That's what I originally did. And I'm going to move that over just a little bit. I'm looking at the sides of the trunk. I had a little white on that side, so I wanted to cover that up. And then let's do that. So that's what I loved about using the Stamparatus. Adding that first stamp right inside the tree die cut, and it just falls right into place exactly where it needs to go. All right, and then there you go. So you have just a little bit of white around the outside, and then you have just enough around your tree trunk. And I could have probably moved it up just a tad, but I think that's actually really good. So there you go. That is how I would recommend doing it. Is if you're going to be doing a lot of them, I would do it on the Stamparatus so that you can get everything positioned and taken care of. Let me turn this light off because I think it's too bright when I switch the camera. So I hope you guys enjoyed the card. It was a lot of fun. So here's the one we did tonight. So really cute. This is the one I freehanded. It's a little too far down for me. I could have moved it over a little bit. You can tell right here I should have moved this down a little bit, but then that would have left a lot more white up there. So I would use your Stamparatus if you can, or do the green first, because the green first gives you more, you can move your trunk up or down, and you can kind of use your die and kind of measure it and see, you know, how far up or down for that die. If you're not using your die, you don't even have to worry about it. This is what the trunk looks like, one of them. Let me see if I can, it doesn't look great if you add it on top because it doesn't really do a whole lot. Meaning on top of the stamped piece. Like you could just do your green and then you could just add this on there if you wanted. Let's see. The brown doesn't line up or anything. Well, I guess it kind of does. Let me see. Yeah, it really doesn't make a difference if you do or not, because it does okay to line up. I mean, it lines up your branch on the tree, but it doesn't, like the marks underneath, like it doesn't go inside or outside or whatever, but it works fine if you do that. I'm trying to look and see here. Yeah, you've got some images within the branch, but you can still see white, so it's just totally up to what the look is that you're wanting. Oh, you're welcome, Stacy. The order number for the tree bundle, I listed it below. So there's not a link below because it's not live yet, but I did list, it'll say Twisted in Time. That's what it's called. And then I put the number there. And so it should be listed there. Hi, Rosie. How are you? No worries. I want to make sure I didn't miss any. Hi, Melanie. Any questions? Where did you get the spacer for the Stamparatus? Oh, this is from, it was a kit, and it's from the Petunia, Sweet Petunia. It came in a kit of some different like add-ons that you could purchase, and it fits inside here, and we are still able to the depth, I should say, fits with the Stamparatus, so I use it in there. I've had it for a long time. I don't know if they're still available or not, but that's where I got it. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Please don't forget a thumbs up. As far as I know, I will be here on Sunday. I do have a project in mind, and I'm excited about it, but I will, as far as I know, I will be here. I have no plans of not being here, so I will see you on Sunday. Have a safe week. Be careful of the crazy shoppers out there. And remember, there's a lot of Christmas parties going on. A lot of people, you know, driving when they probably shouldn't be. So be careful. Oh, you're welcome. I need to come up with another New Year's resolution, seeing that I've already broken that one. Your New Year's resolution for next year is to have fun. Have fun and stamp and be happy. That is my resolution next year. All right. You guys have a great rest of your week, and I will see you on Sunday. Bye, everybody.